Court to determine Nigeria's presidential election petitions has commenced sitting in Abuja Monday. Justice Haruna Amani of the Court of Appeal Abuja is leading the five-man panel to determine 5 petitions challenging the victory of Bola Tinubu as president-elect. Correspondent Hiram Lokwadi brings us up to speed with the development.
Following the rejection of the outcome of Nigeria's 2023 presidential election by leading contenders including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi of the Labour Party, sittings at the petition court are commencing today. In his inaugural remarks, Justice Samani promises that the court would look at the issues in the petitions dispassionately. He says the court is aware of the expectations of Nigerians and the team of justices, including Justice Stephen Jonah, Saratu Bolaji, B. Ugo, and Abba Muhammad, would give justice to who deserves it. He advised the legal teams not to waste the time of the court on technicalities, but deal with the substance of the petitions. Both the bar and the bench have agreed that time is of the essence and therefore are committed to supporting a speedy process. The court takes 3 petitions on day 1, including one by the Labour Party Peter Obi and Action Alliance. Petition by Atiku Abubakar, the PDP candidate, is expected to be heard on Tuesday. Daniel Boala is a member of the Atiku legal team and puts some issues in perspective.
That Atiku is seeking basic reliefs. He asked for his 4 grounds. Of course, disqualification is seeking. Atiku is making the case that candidate of APC was declared winner at the time of election, and there are detailed issues in that he intends to argue in court. Then, of course, the election was conducted not in compliance with the Electoral Act. It's one of those grounds you find in the Electoral Act. And of course, again, the issue of corruption and corrupt practices, issue of vote buying and the rest, which will be proved. So all of these are part of the matter. Again, there are other emerging issues that have cropped up, but they also have their bearings within these grounds. Like, for example, the issue of the passport, official passport, that was diplomatic passport that emerged as belonging to Tinubu. That is the issue of double nomination people talked about. In fact, there is even a conversation around drugs and drug-related issues. So all of these things are facts that find themselves naturally under those grounds as provided by Section 134 of the Electoral Act, and grounds for which you can seek a disqualification of that election. Basically, depending on what you are arguing. There is an argument that if it is sustained, it will order a fresh election. For example, if Section 134 of Sub 2 of the Constitution is sustained, that meeting the requirement of 25% in FCT is fundamental, that means nobody met the requirement. Then in the circumstance, you order a runoff. But if the court hold otherwise in that, but then also hold that Tinubu was disqualified by virtue of those grounds that are argued, the consequential effect will be that the votes that were, casted or voted, the votes that were allocated to him were wasted votes. So the consequence will be that the second person, the second highest person will now be declared. So depending on which of the arguments survives or succeeds, there's an argument that will succeed, it will order a fresh election. There's an argument that he succeed, it will return Atiku as the duly elected winner of that election and the president-elect.
The court has advised that more space be made available for members of the public to witness proceedings in the coming days. Hiram Lokwadi, GoTel News.